The SportsCenter, Kevin Nagani with you on a busy Wednesday. The Bills get a deal done. The Ravens learn how to swim, and the Brewers cannot be stopped. We start the show, though, quarterback news as we're following a developing story. Shedeur Sanders injured his oblique during the early part of practice today and didn't play the rest of the second.
Hey there, Kevin. Not good on Shedeur Sanders. Second time he's missed training camp due to an injury. Here's the update from the Cleveland Browns. Further medical testing and examination on Shedeur Sanders revealed an oblique strain on Wednesday afternoon. He is considered day-to-day. He won't practice on Thursday. Unlikely to play against the Philadelphia Eagles on Saturday. After practice, he sought out Jalen Hurts for some advice.
I keep the conversation intimate. We had a very lengthy conversation. He came to me and just, wanted to talk. And I'm always there.
Genuinely interested in giving him that advice. A guy who once needed that advice himself. Fascinating, Kevin, to see it play out in real time.
And two-time Super Bowl champ Booger McFarland joins us now on the program. So the Browns' crowded quarterback room continues to deal with injuries. First it was Kenny Pickett, then Dillon Gabriel, now Shedeur Sanders. How do you figure out this depth chart before the regular season opener?
Well, Kev, for me, it's really simple. I've seen a lot of Kenny Pickett. I saw him in Pittsburgh. I kind of know what he is right now. I want to see these rookies. Dillon Gabriel, who was a pinpoint accurate passer at Oregon, throwing the football precise, getting the ball out. And then we all know about Shedeur Sanders, what we saw from him during the game against the Carolina Panthers. I think he left, or he should have left the coaching staff wanting more. He was poised, he was accurate, he made plays, and more importantly, Kev, he looked like he had the it factor. Now, Dillon Gabriel was picked in the third round, so he's going to get an opportunity. But if I'm the Browns, I want to see the two young guys, because the two young guys afford me the opportunity. If one of them can hit, now I can build my team around a young guy going forward. Nothing against Kenny Pickett, but I've seen the two gloves before. It doesn't really work for me.
Okay, let's go to the reigning Super Bowl champs, where Pickett was on that team a year ago. We haven't seen a repeat NFC East winner in over 20 years. Why are the Eagles in the best position to end that drought?
Well, Kev, I think they won with maybe a worse version of their team that we're going to see in a long time. And here's what I mean by that. Yeah, Saquon Barkley was the offensive MVP, and he was running roughshod. But this offensive line is led by Stoller University. He's back, and I get it. Mekhi Becton is out in L.A. Landon Dickerson is injured. But in Jeff Stoller, I trust with his ability to get the offensive line. That's number one. Number two, let's go to the defensive side of the football. Kev, they have the best pair of defensive tackles in football, in my mind, in Jalen Carter and a slimmed-down Jordan Davis. I think Jalen Carter has shades of Warren Sapp and Aaron Donald in his game. He can be that good. And Jordan Davis, we saw what he did at 330, 340 pounds at the combine. Kev, have you seen the big man?
Oh, yeah.
He looks like he's got a six-pack, or at least close to a six-pack as a big man can get.
Yeah.
If he is in shape and he is as athletic as he looks, they can dominate games, and that's something that they really couldn't do last year. Jalen Carter did it, but they didn't have that 1-2 punch. They could be dominant this year. So I have faith in all those guys coming back and being better this season.
Okay, so let's talk about also the other teams here in this division. After losing to the Eagles in the NFC Championship, how close are the Commanders now to Philly?
I mean, Kev, they're close. They are about as close as you can be to being a great athlete, and you wouldn't know anything about that. Number one, Jayden Daniels was sacked 47 times last year. You bring in Laramie Tunsil from Houston, and he's going to help shore up the offensive side of the offensive line on the left side. He's at his best, one of the best left tackles in football. I think that's going to give Jayden Daniels an opportunity to get better and progress. You make your biggest leap in this league from game one to game two and from year one to year two. And then on top of that, Kev, Dan Quinn, he's a culture builder. Look what he did in Atlanta. I think he's doing the same thing in Washington. And they may not have top-end talent. They may not have Pro Bowlers at every position, but they have Dan Quinn. He's created a culture of competition. And when you get this team, if they can stay healthy, Jayden Daniels improving, they get the Terry McLaurin contract situation figured out, and the culture that Dan Quinn has built. The culture is so good, Kev. Bobby Wagner was going to retire and take his $100 million. He decided to come back and continue to play because just how good that culture is in Washington.
We have a ton of Commander fans, by the way, in the state of Maryland. And our 50 States in 50 Days books continues in the state of Maryland today. So let's talk a little Ravens. A few of their players publicly asked 23-time Olympic gold medalist Michael Phelps for swimming lessons. They joked that 1 in 3 Ravens cannot swim. Phelps accepted their invite for lessons, met up with them at a local pool yesterday. Boog, what's your reaction to this?
Well, I just hate that they didn't call me. They talk about 1 of 3 Ravens can't swim. I'm going to give you 1 of 1 black dudes that can't swim, and that's me. So I would have loved to come to the Ravens facility and learn how to swim. Because Boog can survive, I can float, but swimming quite hasn't gotten into my repertoire yet. So I'm just a little ticked off they didn't call Boog, because I would have flew to Baltimore and got in on this. Kev, this looks fun. You don't know how jealous I am of guys that can get in the water and swim. I don't know if you can swim, Kev, but Boog has never had that luxury.
I would have paid so much money to watch you try to figure out how to swim and doggy paddle and find your way from one end of the pool. I would have paid so much money.
By the way, can you swim at all, Kev?
I can swim. I can't swim that great. I mean, come on, Boog. I mean, like,
No.
I can't swim that great, but I have a pool and I can figure it out.
You either can swim or you can't. Don't give me the degrees of swimming that you can do. It's either yes or no. It's like being pregnant. Either you are or you're not, Kev.
I don't know what that's like.
There's no in between.
I don't know what that's like. I have to ask my wife. All right, more from Boog ahead on college football. We need video of you getting in a pool. I'm going to make a request to the family soon, all right?
Okay. Yeah, I hear you.
Staying with the NFL, there's one holding at training camp who is now all in. Bills running back James Cook agreed to a new 4-year deal that will pay him $48 million. The contract includes $30 million in guaranteed money. That's the story. Cook was tied for the league lead last season with 16 rushing touchdowns.
This is the place that drafted me. I mean, the fans good, the community good, and just the team we got, man. We play as one, we brothers, and we bond like that. And we paid now, so let's go play football.
Oh, he's feeling good. Cook was one of the most effective running backs in the postseason last year. His 5.7 yards per touch were the 4th most in that span, ahead of Super Bowl champ Saquon Barkley. He also accumulated 3 scrimmage touchdowns, tied for the 2nd most among those players. All right, the Bills' next game will be against the Bears on Sunday, and that's when we'll see Caleb Williams for the first time in Ben Johnson's offense. First-year head coach said that last year's #1 overall pick and other starters will see time. The 2 teams have a joint practice on Friday as well. Johnson on his star quarterback.
All through camp, I've been pretty consistent with the thought of reps are the most important thing to get him up to speed. And by the plan that we had a week ago, we were able to get him probably somewhere between 80 and 100 more reps than we would have been able to do had he played in the game. This week, it's a different schedule, different length of time in terms of in between games and all that. And so our plan right now is the guys that sat out last week, they will be playing this week.
Getting plenty of reps could be a big deal for Caleb Williams' development this year, because last season it was a struggle. Williams ranked 28th out of 32 qualified quarterbacks in total QBR. He was also sacked an astounding 68 times, which was 16 more than any other quarterback last season, and that's why Ben Johnson is running the Bears right now as the head coach.
Still to come.